Okay, so what do we have here? Well, this is a cool little problem. We have a triangle, and the height of this triangle is x, and the base of this triangle is x plus 2. Now, we know that the area, because we're given the area, is 4, and this could be like 4, if this was inches, this could be 4 inches squared, but that's not important. We just know that the area is 4. But what we're trying to do is find the actual base and height. Okay, so we could find the actual base and the height given this information. Okay, now if you didn't know, this is kind of apparent in this particular problem, is that oftentimes, okay, very often, you need algebra to solve geometry problems. And when you study geometry, okay, like a more dedicated, like high school level geometry course, you use a lot of algebra. So geometry and algebra, they kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly. So if you're studying one topic, you need to know the other. So we're going to need to know some algebra to solve this problem, and we're going to need to know a little bit about the geometry of a triangle, but it's not going to be that difficult, right? Hopefully not that bad. And of course, if you think you can solve this problem, I would certainly encourage you to pause the video and see what you can come up with. I think that's a great way to make the most of this video. But I'm going to get into exactly what to do here in just 1 second. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. And I just want to tell you very briefly about my Math Help program. You can find the link to my Math Help program in the description of this video, but basically I have 100 plus different math courses, ranging from pre-algebra to pre-calculus and everything in between. I also have a ton of test prep courses, so if you're taking any exam that has math on it, so examples would be like the GED, SAT, ACT, teacher certification, ASVAB, GRE, ALEX, CLEP exam, you kind of get the idea. A lot of people have to take a lot of exams for all sorts of reasons. Oftentimes, math is on those exams. I can help you prepare. I also do a lot with homeschooling. So if you homeschool, I have a great homeschool learning program that might interest you. Now, if you are a math student and your notes are less than perfect, okay, you need to work on your notes. You need to strive at having outstanding notes. I've been teaching math for decades. This is kind of a little secret that most students don't realize how important their notes are. So improve your notes and your grades will improve, okay? Now, in the meantime, you can use my notes. I'm going to leave links to my notes in the description of this video as well, so you have something to study from. All right, so let's get into this problem. And again, if you want to go ahead and pause the video and try it, I think that would be a good little, use of your time. But let's talk about what we need to know. Okay, well, we need to know a little bit about triangles, or we can't do anything with this problem. So here is a triangle, and this would be the base of the triangle, and this is the height of the triangle. Now, triangles come in all sorts of variations. You can have acute triangles, right triangles, obtuse triangles, but basically, if you're finding the area, okay, of a triangle, this is the formula. Okay, it's 1/2 times the base times the height. So whatever the base is and whatever the height is, we need to multiply, take 1/2 of that, and then we would have the area. Okay, so the first thing you need to solve this problem is the formula for the area of a triangle. So probably most of you, knew that. And if you did know this, I must give you a little happy face as like, hey, that's good. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of formulas in mathematics. And your brain's not going to remember all of them because there's just a ton of things you remember. But like the area of a triangle, these are some of the things that should be in your long-term memory. Okay, there's some key things, like basic area formulas, things like Pythagorean theorem or the quadratic formula. This stuff should be in your long-term memory. All this other stuff that you learn in math, it starts to add up. Okay, you learn tons and hundreds of formulas and theorems and properties and stuff. This is what your notes are for. Okay, don't try to use what we call rote, R-O-T-E, memorization to remember all of this. Okay, that's just no one has that kind of capacity. It's not necessary. But some of these more common things like this, yeah, this I would make a case should be in your long-term memory. Okay, so now that you have the area of a triangle, okay, now I don't know if you want to try this problem now. Okay, I gave you the area of a triangle. That's the formula. That's the key to solve this problem. Now, what you have to do now is couple the information in the problem and the area formula for a triangle to create an equation. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. And if you do this part, if you got this part set up correctly, then That's very, very good. So here is our height. This is our base. We know our area. So area is equal to 1/2 base times height. So let's go ahead and write a formula. So 1/2 the base, okay, this is the base right here. So 1/2 the base, that's x plus 2. Use parentheses when anytime you have a sum or difference in algebra, always put that in parentheses. So it's going to be 1/2 the base times the height. The height is x. All right, so hopefully you can see that relates to that part. And that's equal to the area. Okay, and we know that the area is 4. All right, so this is the equation that you need to set up. Now at this point, okay, if you got this right, then that's fantastic. That's excellent. Now you need to have some algebra skills, okay, to solve this equation. So you got to go into your little algebra toolbox there and be like, okay, what do I need to do to solve this equation? Well, again, a lot of these problems are going to require knowledge of both geometry and algebra, right? Everything kind of builds upon itself. But I would suggest seeing if you can solve this problem. All right, now let's get into it further. So how do I solve this problem? Well, the first thing you want to do, probably the easiest thing, the easiest approach to do is to clear these fractions. We've got this 1/2 here. So that's probably bothering a lot of us. You're like, let's get rid of that 1/2. So how can I get rid of this 1/2? Well, I can multiply this entire equation by 2, which is in fact the LCD. This is 1/2. This is 4/1. So the lowest common denominator is 2. When you multiply an equation that has fractions by the lowest common denominator, it gets rid of all the fractions, okay? So 2 times this side of the equation and 2 times that side of the equation will give us this. 2 times 1/2, that's just 1. So that leaves me with x plus 2 times x. Okay, this part right here. And then 2 times 4 is 8. All right, so if you understand that, then we're kind of off to the races. And hopefully you recognize that this is what we call a quadratic equation, right? This is a quadratic equation. So you're going to need to know how to solve those guys. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and just use the distributive property to multiply in, okay? Because this is not set equal to 0. If this was set equal to 0, then I have my factors, then this would be much easier to do, but it's not. So I'm going to have to set the entire equation equal to 0. So x times x times x is x squared, and x times 2 is 2x. That's equal to 8. Now I'm going to set everything equal to 0. So I have x squared plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. And of course, this is a whole discussion on how to solve. It would require a whole discussion on how to solve quadratic equations. That's a huge topic. And if you are struggling with quadratic equations or factoring, check out, I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel and my algebra playlist on these things. Or better yet, maybe just sign up for my algebra course in my Math Help program. But to solve this problem, the best way is to factor this. This is factorable. Okay, so hopefully you know how to factor. If you don't know how to factor, you need to immediately improve your factoring skills or you're going to have a tough time passing algebra. So just make a mental note there. But x squared plus 2x minus 8, we can factor as x plus 4 times x minus 2. Okay, now that this is set equal to 0, I can set each of these factors equal to 0. So x plus 4, that's equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, if you're kind of confused about this part of the problem, you need to immediately study quadratic equations. Okay, that's a very involved topic, requires a lot of different skills. But hey, if you're struggling here, okay, don't get discouraged, right? You have to look at anytime you are struggling in math. If you know what's troubling you, if you know your problem, you're like, I don't understand this thing specifically, then that's a great start because now you can go work specifically on that. When you don't even know what is giving you a tough time, then you don't know where to go look to improve. Okay, so here, if you don't understand this, I'm telling you, you need to learn about quadratic equations. All right, so here we have x plus 4 is equal to 0, x minus 2 is equal to 0. So when I solve this equation, x plus 4 is equal to 0, I get x is equal to negative 4. And this equation, x minus 2 is equal to 0, I get x is equal to 2. Remember, in quadratic equations, there's always two solutions. And here we are. Okay, we have x is equal to negative 4 and x is equal to 2. All right, now which one is the right answer? Okay, remember my x represents it's the height, okay, and of course the base is x plus 2. Now, we're dealing with a triangle. I mean, can the height of a triangle be -4? Well, no, that doesn't really make sense in terms of, actual distance, right? So we would want to select x is equal to 2, okay? So x is equal to 2. So the height of this triangle is going to be 2, okay? So what about the base? Well, if the height is 2, then this would be 2. So 2 plus 2, okay? Remember, this is x plus 2. X is 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4. So it looks like the height is 2 and the base is 4. And if that is the case, let's go ahead and just check this, right? So if the height is 2 and the base is 4, let's calculate the area. So that would be 1/2 base of 4, height of 2. So what is that? 1/2 times 8 is 4. The area is equal to 4. And that's what it was given in our problem. So this checks out. Now, if you got this problem right, I must give you a awesome happy face, an A plus 100%. Matter of fact, if you were in my math class, I might just say, just take the rest of the year off. I don't know what you're doing, but you're acing everything. You must be watching that guy on YouTube. I'm not sure what's going on, but that was impressive. Okay, so if you were able to do this, that's showing that you have, pretty good interpretation of how to use geometry and algebra. Now, this wasn't the most challenging problem, but it wasn't the easiest problem as well. So you should feel pretty good about your current math skills. Now, if you struggled with anything in this problem, work on what you need to work on. It's probably the equation part, the quadratic equation part is going to be an area for a lot of you that need to review. But here's the thing. If this video helped you out in any way, okay, please consider smashing that like button. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years, have over 1,000 plus math videos, basic to advanced mathematics. My goal is to always try to teach math in a clear and understandable way. So if you like my teaching style, I have a ton of content. I'm posting new stuff all the time, but my best math help will always be within my math help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.